I miss you. I just want to throw that out there real quick. I miss you. It'd be nice to see your face in person for sure.
I should work on that. I definitely should. I appreciate you too.
Okay, thank you. That'd be great.
Jersey, shut the fuck.
I should work on that.
No,
I should work on fuck that. Nah, Jersey.
Whoa. See,
it's been
so aggressive for no reason.
How long it's been? How long it's been?
He can't just say hi. He can't
That's
just
what
say
I'm
hi.
saying.
I said good morning.
He needs that humbleness over here. He needs that calmness around him. I can't be the only calm one. So you gotta, get yourself back involved in his life. You see how spicy he came out? It's unnecessary.
Yeah, Jersey.
That's because you're the missing piece.
Exactly, Jersey. I got fucking heel hooked yesterday.
Oh Lord.
Why'd you get heel hooked? What were you doing to get heel hooked?
I was in the position to be heel.
Yeah, it sounds like you was being over aggressive.
No, I wasn't. See, and I wasn't being over aggressive. That's the thing. Like, I ain't have like a specific respect for like leg stuff because I'm right now. I'm starting to get to that little level where I'm doing leg stuff now.
Okay, so you weren't being over aggressive,
but I was being inquisitive.
You were being arrogant.
No, I wasn't. Stop trying to say all the words that's fucked up. I was being inquisitive. I was being curious because I beat his heel hook probably like 4 times before that. So I was just like, okay, how deep does this thing pop?
That's how people lose whole ACLs.
It was like a pop where I was like, ooh, all right, I kind of felt good. Like that got some movement and motion. I'm good. And that was good for the rest of the open mat.
It feel like somebody was a threat. So you decided to risk your whole leg health because they're not a threat.
No. Oh, yeah. We could say I took it for granted. And that's like one of my big rules is not take nobody and nothing for granted.
Okay. At least I know you're still sane. That's good. I appreciate that about you. At some
what you mean I'm still saying? I always been like that's just what we're recording, Jersey, already. So this is gonna be on there. So can we not put all these things
already? Damn. It's early.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like
he be trying to catch the hot mics, Jersey, if you haven't noticed.
Oh nah. That's on him. That's on him.
It will be at my expense.
Yes. Yes. I just want you to know it's always optional.
Well, it's already hot. We already hot. We here now. That's a big perfect cup of water. That look like you ain't even you just went to the faucet and just turned it on.
I stay hydrated, bro.
Brita. You ain't even use the Brita. You just turn the faucet on and drink that Jersey water like it was.
So how have y'all been?
we good. We about to send you some alkaline water or something so you can start drinking out the tap.
Oh no, I'm good, bro. The tap here is solid. Damn, I was about to throw shade at Flint. There's no need for that.
Wow.
No reason. Flint was about to catch a stray for no reason.
Just like Roman, he caught a stray yesterday.
Dolidze?
Yeah.
That dude lost me money.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it, Jersey.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Last night was not the fucking night to bet.
I'm so happy I didn't. I'm so happy I didn't.
That's why I didn't. I was like, you know what? This is kind of eerie. It's a kind of eerie feeling right now.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
Yes. This is a formal environment, a semi-formal environment. But we hot. We here. We got Mickey, aka Jersey, aka T Mac of the Mats.
Okay.
At the RoundHouse RoundTable, it's me and Monty T. We got B in the building. We're gonna talk about UFC 286. Hey, let's get it.
I swear my glow up in lightning. Hot, yeah, something like lightning. This shit a hit on my psychic. She want me lick, I'm excited. See, I feel that's my business, and that's why I'm business minded. Need a push, get behind it. It's science, apply it. Worst come to worst, you tried it. Get it bad, get inspired. Shoot your shot, just the effort. I admire. You're high, it ain't nothing for friends at this point.
Oh my God,
my circle is smaller than point.
No cap.
I'd rather sit in voice than hearing the figure on their voice.
We already have. You're right. All right. We're gonna do the no cap recap, how we do it. and we're gonna start that off with Juliana Miller versus Veronica Hardy.
I have so much to say against this one because I think they set her up. Veronica Hardy, she is a black belt in Taekwondo and a brown belt in Jiu-Jitsu. And Juliana Miller is the tough winner. And I understand she's not supposed to have an easy come into the UFC. It seems like nobody has that except for Bo Nickel. And I'm just saying, keep it consistent with your fighters. If you're gonna give one person a layup, give everybody a layup if there's their debut, because Bo Nickel got a layup with Jamie Pickett. This was not a layup at all. And even the Boschrock brothers, they didn't get a layup coming into the UFC either. They had to fight some dogs. So I'm just saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you gonna give one person a layup, you can tell who they're trying to have these prestigious fighters and set them up for success. Bo Nickel's one of them, and Juliana Miller is not. She got beat up. I was rooting for Juliana Miller, but she got beat up, and she had tunnel vision for the armbar, and I was just getting very irritated. But she looked defeated on her walkout. She looked like she was like malnourished, and I based that off her eyes because they were very dark, and normally her eyes don't look like that. So I had a bad feeling when I saw the walkout. I was like, oh, this is not about to go the way we think it's about to go.
I love how you were basically just like, yeah, nah, she needs a new dietitian. Wrap this one up.
She needs something because normally she doesn't look like that.
I mean, she did get outstruck. I'm looking at the stats now, 62-30 for significant strikes. That's crazy.
Yeah, she beat up.
She was trying to play jiu-jitsu in a striking match. And somebody and when you're trying to play jiu-jitsu and your dance partner is not trying to play jiu-jitsu, unless you catch them, they're just going to keep putting hands on you. So, and that's kind of what kept happening to Juliana Miller. She got this one big like hematoma right there in the middle.
It was so bad.
Like that little thing. But shout out to Veronica Hardy on really getting it done and putting on that pressure and not falling for the jiu-jitsu and having strong enough jiu-jitsu defense, because her being a brown belt, she was like, okay, I'm not trying to submit you, but I'm just going to stay out of all your bullshit. Yeah. And that's what she did, you know?
Yeah, I had a coach. He would always say something like jiu-jitsu at a certain level is like magic. If you don't believe in it, it's not real unless somebody's just that good. You know what I mean? So like if you can cancel them out, then you're boxing, you know? And if you're that jiu-jitsu person, you're probably just better off getting good at wrestling. And she wasn't. But oh, by the way, what you were saying with Bo Nickel, what kills me is he got a layup and still got a nut shot. Like if you get a layup like that, like make it clean. Make it clean. Like don't do that. Because the reason everybody is going so crazy over him is because there's basically two prospects right now in wrestling, and the other one is going to the WWE. So like every So this kid basically he won like every tournament, and then he won the Olympics, but he went to the same school as Brock Lesnar, so he's like a mentor to him. So he's just like, yo, like go get a bag, and then if you want to fight later, you're still the best dude in the world at that weight class.
That's right.
Yeah, so that dude's gonna go get a bag. So everybody else is like, okay, who's the next guy that's amazing? Bo Nickel. And he's also like, he's amazing, but he's actually athletic. Like he's not like a Ben Askren.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he comes out and he gets that. That was unfair. I need to.
Yeah, Ben just caught straight. That was straight.
Speak from the heart, because that shit was real as fuck. Ben Askren is not the most athletic guy.
No, he's not.
But with work and hard work and dedication, then you could do some things. You know what I mean?
No, he's smarter than people. Like even when he was wrestling in college, his thing wasn't like he wasn't gonna run over you. He was just gonna make you look stupid, outpoint you, and then probably pin you. And then when he went to fighting, it was the exact same energy where he's just like, yo, like you're an amazing striker. Cool, take these pillow fists for 25 minutes and then get a sub. And it worked until Jorge Masvidal put him on Pluto. But up to that point, he was doing all right. But Bo Nickel isn't that guy. He actually gets after people. Like he makes people look stupid. So they gave him somebody to publicly make people look stupid on pay-per-view. And then he tarnished his rep before he even got to like really be in the big show like that. So I feel a type of way. I'm hoping he comes back and does what he's supposed to do. But yeah, don't mess up a layup. Like make it look good.
Bo Nutshot Nickel. That's what Ever since we saw that shit, when I saw that shit live, I was like, no. And Jamie Pickett was like, you know, when somebody hits you, it's like, oh.
My favorite part is he probably saw him react like that and then gave him no air.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. But next, we got this draw with Ja Herbert versus Ludovic Klein. Ja Herbert got a point taken.
Off a bad call.
Off of the knee, but the knee hit the hip.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like everybody at home got to see the replay. Everybody except for the referee.
Yeah.
Everybody except for the actual person that fucking matters. This motherfucker thought it was 1970 something where you couldn't do no replays and nothing. You got to go off of what you just saw. Yeah. It was like, okay, knee to the midsection, saw it. Okay, took the point immediately.
It was a bad call.
I feel like somebody tried to set some shit up, but
if you're his management, you're going crazy in the background. You're calling everybody. 100%. You're trying to get that overturned.
And you're like, oh, wow, I can rewind this myself. And then you can actually see that it was a knee to the hip. I think the first one was like a clean because it was the second time. So that's why I could see somewhat why the ref was like, all right, just take a point. So it was like the first one actually hit. The second one, he was just like, okay, no, point taken.
Yeah, but he didn't even look at the replay. He
didn't look at the replay at all.
So he's right there with the giant jumbotron over his head. He's just like locked in afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah,
ain't that much locked in the motherfucking world. No.
And the commentators was like, well, why didn't they step in sooner? They didn't step in sooner to say that it was to the hip. And so they were mad at the replay people. I'm like, well, that's your job. Why are you not doing your job? What the hell?
The new interns next week.
Exactly.
They're out the bus. They're done. They're done. They're on garbage duty for the rest of
the they was in the UK. They ain't had no shows in the UK in a while. That's why the whole lot of shit changed. The lights went out and everything. Like, God damn.
Yeah, the lights did go out.
Like, y'all ain't do this in a minute for the UFC or something? Like,
the UK wasn't winning the way they was supposed to. So.
Exactly. But shout out to Ja Herbert on the W, because that was definitely a W for him. I would have been sick. I would have been punching the air. Joanne Wood, Luana, Carolina.
Yeah.
Carolina just wasn't pushing, as like she was putting out volume.
But not enough volume. I'm looking at it right now. It's 131 significant strikes to 100.
Yeah. I don't know. She seemed a little bit timid. And then before that arena was where she got knocked out by Molly McCann. So I think she just wanted to make it to the end of the fight and not, have Molly McCann say, hey, you want to see a dead body, but I think it was fucked up. They just trying to get that girl off her mental. And apparently it worked, but she survived. It was a split decision. I do agree with that because she had her moments. But Joanne just kept making her fall, and Carolina, her falling and looking stupid on the ground. I think that's what sold the decision for Wood.
Isn't that like a high probability though? Like after a fighter gets knocked out, their next fight, they either lose and it goes to a decision. Like they don't put themselves at risk again like that. Like
most people
I thought I heard it somewhere, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, most people get gunshot. Usually, like unless you're like Tony Ferguson, then it's YOLO every time.
His shit just don't matter.
Yeah. Then you like him, Justin Gaethje. They're just built different. But yeah, a lot of people do go because you get chinny. Like people get chinny. Do you remember Rory McDonald? Like that was a while ago. But basically, like GSP had a protege, right?
Yeah.
Like he was that boy. He was supposed to be the champ. He ended up being the champ in Bellator later. But he had this crazy fight with Robbie Lawler that basically like changed both of their lives. Like Rory was never the same again after that fight. So like people that shit happens. Like they have a fight where they go, oh shit, I'm not invincible. I've had a headache for a week now. I don't think I like this. And they come out next time and they're just like say, did you see No Love's last fight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he used to get reckless. Like he would get tagged once or twice, get mad, like, and then just get after it. But then he got slept a couple times. Came back from the shadow realm and was just like, let's not do that.
Yeah. So, but he was fighting juiced up motherfuckers at the highest level. So,
bro, almost everybody at that level's on something. Almost everybody.
That's at that time.
No, like today. Like,
all right, good, because we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that too. Matter of fact, we're gonna talk about that.
Oh my God!
We're gonna bring it back up, but little speculation or something like that. I'm just like, damn, this is weird.
Be like that.
No. But we could touch on this one real quick. But shout out to Joanne Wood on getting a W. We wanna
bro, she's so consistent.
and she's still doing it right now. So we'll see what happens with her next. Next, Jake Hadley, Malcolm Gordon. This was kind of fucked up, but at the same time, whatever you say in the fighter hotel, whatever you say online, can be used and held against you in the octagon. So if you're gonna tell somebody that you having some issues with your knees, with your kidneys, with anything, and they're going for that in the fight to get their check, you can't be mad at them.
You cannot be mad. People are doing what it takes to get done. And if you're going to put the information out there, I'm going to take advantage of it. Absolutely. And
y'all Canadian motherfuckers too nice.
Y'all too nice. I don't know what's going on, but you know, Jake Hadley walking around like the England Conor McGregor with that stupid ass stance, but white Kong. Oh, and I was saying he didn't need to say white in front of Kong, because if you shave a 8, they look just like Jake Hadley. So you could have just said Kong. You could have just said that. So, you know, this one hurt my feelings a little bit, but as you can see, the body shots are getting it done. It was just a weekend for body shots to just take people out, and I'm loving every bit of it.
I'm glad people are starting to see that. I mean, the volume overall wasn't crazy, but he took two to the body.
Yeah, 1 minute and 1 second. He did not play any games. He came in there and got the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got performance tonight. Crazy.
You win your round at home in 1 minute.
But at the same time, it's just like, now you have to see what comes after Malcolm Gordon. You got this free one off Malcolm Gordon. Now you have to really see, because Malcolm Gordon really is a dog for real. If the circumstances were different, like if you didn't tell him nothing about his liver, they would have been in there for a little bit until he found that out. You know. Next, Christian Leroy Duncan, Dusko Todorovic. This one was real quick. Todorovic.
Fight I should have put money on.
But Christian Leroy Duncan he's undefeated too. But Todorovic really had me thinking that he probably was going to knock Duncan out. I really thought that was going to happen. But at the same time, something happened with his ankle or something. He gave him a leg kick and then his knee or something. I don't know.
Knee, when he pivot on it wrong and then his knee looked like it popped. Yeah,
it was a horrible way.
It was a horrible way.
Horrible way to go. Yeah. He ain't take no damage besides that. So either way, that's
they were both undefeated coming into this. So somebody had to get that one, and it happened to be him due to injury.
Lerone Murphy, Gabriel Santos. Shout out to Lerone Murphy, because he ain't gonna be in the early prelims no more. He got another W and he undefeated.
That was his debut too.
Yeah. He put up some crazy numbers.
He has a lot of pressure. Shout out to him on the W. Muhammad Makayev versus Hafel Filo.
This one made my knee hurt. This made my knee hurt.
Oh yeah, I ain't never seen a knee bar so fucking far.
That was crazy. You gotta want it. Like
I
don't think I want it that bad. I don't know enough about UFC's insurance, but I hear people complain about it all the time.
Because it's non-existent.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not built for it anymore.
He hit a split in the opening as they was announcing his name, so you knew he was flexible. And then he go and get stuck in his knee bar and then don't tap and turn around and submit the man. That's dedication right there. But you know he gonna be out for a minute though.
For a minute, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was Tony Ferguson energy. That made me cringe a little bit.
Yeah, like it's getting different. But the thing about it is, if you're gonna get put in the knee bar and not tap to it and almost lose your damn knee, then you might as well get a sub and win.
Yeah.
So like that's where he was just like, shit, fuck it, ain't shit else after this right now.
So you're over here coming from the TJ Dillashaw school of logic, where half my health, get the dub, figure it out later.
Or the Marvin Vettori.
No, he wanted to keep his undefeated record. That's why.
There we go. But
next, we're going straight to the main card. Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze. We started talking about it a little bit. Roman Dolidze, this was just two guys swinging on each other. Roman Dolidze was really swinging that overhand right until Marvin Vettori just had his hand up like pretty much like this the whole time, and started to use that boxing that he had to learn for Adesanya the 2 times. And he started to put it together and really came through with the W, mixing it up. Leg kicks.
Yeah, his leg kicks saved him. I think him adding that to his arsenal helped him out tremendously. Otherwise, I think it would have been more of a closer fight. So Roman's going to have to add something. I wish they would have went to the ground. I really wish they were able to get some ground game going, but that's okay. I'm sure next time he's going to make sure he mix in a little bit more, but Roman's definitely going to have to add something to his arsenal for sure.
Yeah, to your point, Vettori boxed him up, but he was also, it says 38 for 40 on leg strikes.
Yep. And he was not checking any of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy volume at that weight class for leg strikes. So yeah, like I mean, now he's out of Team Extreme Couture, so his wrestling's gonna be decent.
Yeah.
But I think he has he fights like who's the dude at welterweight that I can't stand? Well, there's a few of them. The one they the dude who was talking shit,
Kobe Covington?
Kobe Covington.
Yes, thank you. I don't like the guy enough that I forget his name. But he's like high volume, high pressure, like he'll be in your face forever, but he's not necessarily gonna put you out. Like Martin Vettori is the same way. Good enough wrestling where if he can use it, he can use it, but if not, he can keep it on the feet and he'll just put volume on you and melt you. So like you gotta wanna be there. Like all of his fights kind of go the same way. Like, let me look at this. What is this?
And Roman Dolidze has really good jiu-jitsu, which is why I thought they were gonna go to the ground, but
yeah, I think he tried and it just didn't work. But also like Marvin Vettori, he was kicking wrong. He was kicking to where it slaps and not to where the power was actually hitting. He didn't start hitting those powerful kicks until towards the end, and that's when Roman's legs started to swell.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Shout out to Marvin Vettori on the big dub.
Hell yeah, decision.
I don't even know if it was a big W, but it was. But Roman Dolidze was really showing a lot of good traits to go up in the top 15. Next, Jennifer Maia versus Casey O'Neill. Jennifer Maia was the one I was talking about, like when you were saying somebody and everybody they on something at that level.
You think that's it?
Bro,
you think it's the acai, bro?
She wasn't slowing down. I'm just saying, like, if it's the training and all that shit, this is the biggest compliment that you could ever get.
No, because she had to stay on the bike. When she started slowing down, that's when she started getting touched up by Casey, and Casey has the power. So I understand her motivation to stay with the movement. Her coaches even said, like, you got to keep going. Because as you can see in round 3, when she started to slow down, Casey was touching her a lot, and those were powerful shots. So I think that was her motivation. She had high volume, but it's the high volume to where it's not going to put you out, but it's going to add up. Casey has where she can knock you out. So I can understand her motivation to stay active and have high output. Otherwise, she was not going to win this fight. So she did an excellent job on staying on that bike.
She did. She moved really well, and it's like she was in position to strike and strike back while getting out the way. And once again, like we were saying, like all the volume to the body was getting hit to her. So she was getting aired out the whole time. So she needed to like slow down and be smart with how she was attacking and defending.
Right. Yeah.
But I thought it was cool. And that end, she's like a grappler. She went 0 for 4 for takedowns and was still able to fight on her feet. So clearly she's well-rounded. Right. So like that was an impressive performance for her because I thought she was going to get pieced up, honestly.
Right.
The boxing was looking elite. The counter striking was looking super elite. That's where she was shining the most, was in the counter strikes. And I think that, and she wasn't really slowing down. I don't know. I just think that, like, at the age, you know, she's still moving the way she's moving almost better than what she used to move. And Casey O'Neill was a dog. Yeah, at that
34.
Age. Yeah, but 34 for women is their prime. That's why I was saying she's good right now. If it was 37, I can understand that. But she had a game plan to do the counters. She had a game plan to stay mobile on her bike. She stuck to the game plan and she got the W.
Very true. How much can you really have to say about Gunnar Nelson making?
That's what I was about to say. We weren't going to talk too long about it because Gunnar Nelson, you know, he just came in there and dominated after like 3 years. What is it? 3 years off?
He was gone for a minute. Because I still remember him when he was on that initial like Conor McGregor hype wave. And I felt bad because he seems like just like a good ass dude who's good at martial arts and wasn't really with all the rah-rah. And
he just got caught up in all that shit.
Yeah, and people forgot about him. And then his last fight was September 28, 2019. So, and then he came back and whooped on Barberina, which is rough because Barberina's whole thing is like making people who should whoop on him, like making a good fight of that. But I guess that this just was not the one.
Yeah, he didn't do it the right way. Gunnar Nelson was in there like, you trying to put on a show, I'm trying to put some food on the table.
Yeah.
So like, and that's what he did. He got his W, got his big win, and he looked dominant. And he looked well coached, and he looked detailed. Like he's been training repetitions for a while. Like he's been teaching. You know what I mean?
He said
like,
he's falling in love with coaching. I like the way he took his time. He didn't rush, and he got it 9 seconds before the round was up. I was like, maybe he'll finish it, and maybe he'll come back to the next round. No, he took his time and he got the arm bar, and it was beautiful. And Barbano, he grabbed the wrong arm. He did not set it up properly. He started to, but then it didn't happen. So
that's some bullshit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But shout out to Gunnar Nelson. Shout out to Gunnar Nelson on the W. He from Iceland. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know why that's crazy to me. Just Iceland.
I mean, it's because like, what other fighters do they have?
That's what I'm saying.
Like if you're a fighter from America, it's like, okay, cool, you're a dime a dozen. Like,
hey, somebody put a fighter from Iceland in the comments. Bet you can't. Besides Gunnar Nelson.
Chances are that person's fighting somewhere in Europe,
exactly.
Cage Warriors or something, and we just don't know about him yet. But yeah, Gunner's been that guy. I need to stop throwing shade at people like accidentally.
Yeah, you do.
No, because when you talk about the fight world and all those things, it's like we're here being realistic about what we saw, what we'd seen. So it's just like that's what you experienced when you saw it. And so it's just like we're not throwing shade. It's just that's how it
if someone thinks I'm talking shit, list like give me your top 5 favorite Icelandic fighters.
Icelandic
fighter. Icelandic.
No, Icelandic fighter.
Give me your someone give me a top 3.
Motherfuckers gonna be looking at motherfuckers' ancestry like shit. Nah, they gotta be fully repping Iceland. Next, we got Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev.
Bro, that was a firefight. I'm gonna maybe this is a bad take, but I think Raf took 1 and 2 and then just got beat up so bad in the third that everybody was just like, yo, like recency bias.
Yeah.
Because I think he was outpointing him. He was getting the cleaner strikes. Yeah, Gaethje was still being Gaethje, but I'm looking at the numbers, and for the most part, Gaethje was smart and went to the body, which you kind of have to because Raf has good head movement.
And he's fast as fuck.
But so I think
see it a little bit different. In round 2, round 2, when Gaethje started throwing the uppercut, which was available most of the night, that's when he started doing the most damage. And in round 2, that's when one eye was cut, and then by the end of round 2, the second eye was cut, he was bleeding. So damage was there. Third round, he went to the body. The uppercut was still there. Gaethje had most damage there. But round 1 and the beginning of round 2, Rafael, I was nervous, but he found his momentum. He found what was working for him, and he made it work because Gaethje could not take too much more of those body kicks. Those were vicious in round 1 and the beginning of round 2. So I'm happy Gaethje pulled this one out. Shouts out to him, and he listened to his coach, and he believed in himself, and he stayed on track. But he could not take too much more of those body kicks. They was fucking him up. I want to see what his stomach looked like today. I want to see it.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm sure it just looks like a tomato.
Oh yeah, you could hear it in his voice when he was talking that, and I'm like, because that body is hurt. It's hurt.
Yes, I'm looking at the numbers. 52 for 61 to the body from Raf.
Yes.
I'm about to say, so pretty much all you gotta do is beat Justin Gaethje and win the third, and you got the fight.
He won the second too. Don't be like that.
He did not win the fucking second.
He won the second based off
that uppercut statement that you made. Okay, I get it. That was the nice little razzle dazzle, but the uppercut was not really changing the whole fact that he was pushing him. He was pushing the momentum. This was a fight we were seeing Justin Gaethje back the fuck up. What?
Yeah, but then after round 1, he was not backing up as much anymore either, and that's when the fight started to turn for him.
That's because
when the damage started to really kick in the third, I think Fiziev wasn't able to see at one point in time.
Yeah, take advantage of that.
Here's how I kind of sum it up, right? Body shots, Fiziev 52, Gaethje 14. Headshots, Fiziev 38, Gaethje 81.
Yeah, and you can see that physical damage.
Yes.
So you got to pick and choose your battles.
Yeah, and that's why I'm just like, hey, your take is fair, and that's why I was like, mine, I don't know. But yeah, like you take 81 shots to the face, 81 for 142.
That's crazy.
Head hunting.
Yeah. That's what he was doing the whole fight.
He was.
Majority decision, definitely, I understand it. That was a good take by the judges. Shout out to Justin Gaethje. I don't know who he's gonna fight next. I don't know how much
He
longer
said he
gonna.
Poirier, and he said he's not gonna be around too much longer. He said he want to right that wrong of that loss, and after that he want a title shot. So
he trying to get a check on his way out real quick.
Yeah, he know his time is limited because he takes a lot of damage. So
exactly,
and that's just being smart and being honest with yourself about it. I wouldn't tell people my game plan like that, but like it's just being realistic.
When all this time he could have just wrestled. But all right,
how crazy is that?
That's fucking crazy.
How crazy is that?
Next, we got Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. Shout out to the motherfucking champ. Goddamn, got it done again. Yep. Kamaru Usman is trying to implement the same game plans, and now people are looking at all that footage from all those fights and like, damn, all I gotta do is not let your hands get locked.
Yep, it's the same. So what I was saying before this card, I said if Kamaru Usman didn't add anything to his arsenal, it's not going to go the way he wants. Leon Edwards, he is doing his homework. He is being a champion that he is and continuing to add things to his arsenal. Those knees up the middle were money every time. So I see that as something new he added, and also just preventing himself from being taken down. He's making the right steps to become well-rounded and to beat people in a great fashion, because he did outclass Kamaru Usman. And Kamaru Usman, them knees, I said if Leon come out kicking them knees, you know what kind of time he on. Guess what the first kick was? To them knees. He's trying to retire Kamaru Usman. Everybody know about your knees, and buddy, it was showing last night with a vengeance. It's like you cannot do much because he was attacking those knees the way he should. And I think people are going to continue that game plan of kicking at your knees. So it's best if you just go out while your knees are still working, because somebody's about to explode them.
Yeah, to your point, leg strikes, 50 of 53.
Yes, he was not checking any of them.
You can't. His stance almost requires him to not. He has like a wide leg stance because he likes to use his straight punches.
Yeah.
So he's always coming in hard with his front leg. So it makes him more this way rather than being this way. So where a Muay Thai person might have a wider base so they can turn their leg out.
Yep.
He's out here, so he's just gonna have to eat those all day. I got an off take for you. I don't think I've seen as many intentional fouls in a championship fight ever, and I've never been more okay with this many intentional fouls in a championship fight ever. And here's why, right? One, Usman does that shit to people too, low key, but he's smart enough where people don't see it.
Yeah.
So somebody doing that back to him is gonna throw him off. And like, my take is Usman's biggest thing is like mentally he's just strong as shit. So if I was fighting somebody who was like that, my whole thing would be like, what can I do to take you off your game? I want you thinking about bullshit. I want you thinking about the last time you got knocked out. So I'm going to throw low kicks at you all day. So you're just constantly ready for that. And you're not going to attack the way you want to. And then I'm going to do little dumb shit on the side. So you can be frustrated and be wondering what type of nonsense I'm up to. So like, I think like as far as gamesmanship and just like being a champion, Leon Edwards, he went about that the right way, even with the point loss.
Yeah.
Because someone counted, and there was at least like 4 or 5 fouls, and then they saw one time at least where Kamaru was grabbing the inside of the glove as well. It's going both ways. It's
his time. Leon Edwards believes it's his time. I believe it's his time too. I was just thinking like, what is he gonna do to prevent the domination from happening? Because that was the whole thing from the first fight and the second fight. That's what Kamaru was holding on to. Now he can't hold on to that. He knocked you out and he dominated you in multiple rounds. So it is what it is at this point. And as I was saying before, if you're not continuing to add something new after each fight, you're going to get figured out and you're going to get phased out.
There was an interesting comment one of the commentators made, and they said, there's a thing where when people become a champ, they get a certain percentage better because they actually believe in themselves. Now, like you kind of like you validated all of your training, like you're officially the world champ, so they don't have to be as gun shy. And I think we got to see some of that. Like he came out and he was like, okay, I'm not timid. I'm not worried about you knocking me out. Like, let's see if I can knock you out again. And it made a difference. I really believe that. Yeah. Because like in the first round, I mean, the first time they fought, I'm pretty sure I remember Usman being way more dominant and like having more pressure and being able to make Leon, like I guess kind of like rally him into or corral him into certain things. You know what I mean? But like instead, he was mostly getting set up this time. Like he was still pressuring, but he'd pressure into something. He'd pressure into the kick. He'd pressure into the knee. So he had answers that kind of forced him to slow down. So he was able to use his aggression against them. And I think that's a product of like, you know what you do works. So I'm looking forward to seeing how other people match up to him. I'd like to see Colby take a L real quick, but that's just me being biased.
I don't think he should get a championship fight. If you just
Oh, he
sat out
shouldn't.
for,
Not
yeah,
yet.
if you just sat out for a year and a half, no injuries, and you're just waiting on a title shot because, you know, you got Dana in your back pocket, then that's some bullshit. You definitely need to go fight. Why he ducking Bilal? Like, for real. Kobe Covington said no to that fight, and Bilal's all in his face. Like, why
Yeah,
you
that's
not
crazy.
taking a fight? Yeah, like, that's kind of weird. If you asking for a championship fight, you should be able to fight anybody in the top 10 and feel comfortable with yourself. And if you don't need to be fighting for a championship bout.
I think it's because Bilal does what he does, and he's not sure if he can Colby that guy. Like they're both high pressure, like high volume, high wrestling. I want to say pillow fisted, but that's not fair because they both probably knock me out fighters. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they don't just like put people away. They
they just don't. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't just put people out.
He's getting his striking up, working with Khabib, so you know he got that extra confidence after knocking Sean Brady out. Nobody saw that coming. I sure as hell didn't.
I wouldn't think Khabib would be the person to work with about striking, but I'm saying.
Wait, really? Bro, Bilal Muhammad, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Like,
yeah, they train. Yeah,
yeah. Like it's because what it is there's a big gym. I think TK Fit in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, and a lot of guys from Europe and in the Eastern European countries, they'll go out there if they want to train. So like it's not hard for those dudes to like just run into each other. And like Islam kind of seems to be having a moment right now in MMA because of like the Dagestanis and them. So I could 100% see that making sense because it just seems like fighters in that camp seem to look out for each other.
Yep, based off their religion. Yep, they're sticking together. They are definitely sticking together as they should. So these two fights at one champion, real quick.
Oh, which fights?
People be sleep on one champion. Most of their fights was
that
knockout.
motherfucking card pulled.
That yellow card. They taking that bag. They taking the bag. I want to talk about, this was a flyweight Muay Thai event. This was Black Panther, who's from Thailand, and Tagir. And Tagir, this was a round one knockout. He did a great job of going to the body, bringing it up top, then back to the body to get the KO. I was definitely rooting for Black Panther for obvious reasons. His name's cool as hell. But it did not work out that way. It didn't.
That's why I want to talk about it.
Whatever, we talking about it. He got a cool ass name, and we was just talking about Thai people with cool names. That's a cool name. I don't know if he changed his name or if that's his real name, but that's a cool name. I'm already behind you. But you know, Tagir was not having it, and he kind of just made a mockery of this man real quick in round one. So you know, that's shots out for the body. Yeah.
That was an emotional ride, by the way. You're just like, yeah, I'm rooting for him. This guy, he's that boy, but he took an L. Yes. But we still love him anyway.
Yeah.
What was the next one? Did you?
And then the next
you talking about names like Sam A?
Yeah, Sam A. This was a strawweight Muay Thai. Sam A against Ryan. He had a round 2 knockout, and he was just doing his thing. He had a lot of pressure, and his name is cool. And the way they kept saying it is just like, yeah, I'm on your side too. You know, based off of your name. I don't know you, but your name is cool.
That's how build up her investment in fighters. Like whenever she watching the fighter and she'll know both of the fighters, she's like, she try to find what she like about.
Yeah, which one's cooler, in my opinion. Yep, and it was Sam A on that one. But the other one was lightweight Muay Thai World Championship. It was Reagan Ursel against Samasu Kalini.
That's the life we live, Jersey. Trying to read all these names from all these different places.
That'd be me at the gym. It's just like, well, what's your name? I'm Crew this. I'm like, okay, what's your nickname? Like,
yeah, there you
go. And he'd be like Apple.
Bro, it really do.
In Thailand, yeah, bro. I met a girl named like Donut.
A name that we're too dumb to say, and then it'll be like Crew Dang. Like, okay, so all right, so we just chopped 10 syllables off this. Thank you. Thank you. I'm embarrassed that I need this, but thank you.
Right, I be wanting to say their whole name, but you go give me a way cooler, easier name like Apple or Donut. I just those names was specific because like when we was in Thailand, they was like, you know, driving us around and taking us places and stuff like that, like places to eat and stuff like that. So we was like, oh my goodness, like, hey, just call Donut so we can find out where we're gonna eat. Can y'all just call Apple? Like, and then we were doing that for like a month,
Yeah.
you know,
because they know us. they know we'll mess it up. They know better.
That's how it be.
Yeah, so Ursul, he got it done in the 4th round with a body shot, hook body shot. And I'm happy he was able to get it done because those first 3 rounds was very rough. It was split. So he definitely needed a finish to get this one done. And he was able to regain his title, and he's still a 2-sport world champion. So that was a beautiful thing.
He is no joke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
One champion. That's what I'm saying. Like these guys, like I really want to see one fighters fair against like UFC fighters and Bellators. But
I mean, DJ's over there. Mighty Mouse is over there. I think it depends on the weight class. Like one, if you like lighter weight classes, one is crazy. If you like more fun rule sets, one is crazy. If you like to see things get mixed up, dope. But if you want to see somebody fight over 155, you're probably not going to see a lot of crossover. But they got some monsters over there, bro. They got some monsters. Like I think any weight class under 45, savage.
We're gonna see DJ when he comes to US.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're gonna be here in May 5th, and he's gonna be defending his belt.
And I'm be trashed on Cinco de Mayo.
You know, you're still pending if you're gonna be able to come because
my goodness,
you're a wild card. You know, just
she don't like when I be yelling at the fighters trying to coach from the stands because they be working and they can hear me.
Imagine how loud that is in my ear. So
they can hear me because I was helping Blackshear. I was helping Blackshear because he was listening to what I was saying.
All right.
Because I could hear his coaches. His coaches wasn't saying what I was saying.
All right.
That's how I know. Nah.
Why are you yelling? And as a veteran with tinnitus, you can't be doing that.
Talks.
Yeah,
he's not
that.
Yelling.
Yeah, he's yelling in my ear. I'm out here barely hearing already. Just no, that's not what it is.
But more of the story is, if I can help DJ, I'm helping.
I don't think he needs help.
I think he got it.
I think he got it.
But I'm gonna say what I need to say. You know, just sometimes you just got to. Hey,
could you imagine? You got a world champion coach. You got a former UFC level coach.
Hall of Famer, bro. Like
he's a Hall of Famer.
You're already a Hall of Famer. You beat legends. You currently train with Henry Cejudo. And then Monty's in the stands, and that's the voice of reason. That's your guiding light in the middle of your fight.
No, what you talking about? Fight to win champion Nogi 190 white belt. What you talking about?
DJ's a brown belt, sir.
I'm about to put that in my motherfucking Instagram bio. Fight to win champion 190 white belt.
There you go. See, yeah, that's definitely what it's gonna be.
That's my accolade.
He's like, hey, I got this white belt out in the stands during this fight, during this interview. He's just like, yeah, that guy, he gave me everything I needed.
I
was having a hard time. I was struggling, but I don't know who he is.
Where is he at? Somebody go find him. No, it's like you know how you be when you play when you see somebody playing basketball outside and they shooting, it's like you probably think they out there waiting for somebody to be like, hey, get that dude, man. We need to put him in the NBA. Go get somebody. Go get this man. He just made a jumper as I drove by.
Yes. My man with the real one shirt. He taught me everything I know.
No, I said the perfect thing that needed to be said. That's what it was, and they was like, we need him coaching. We really need him coaching right now.
Hey, if you got it, you got it.
Hey, yep. Sometimes it's a gift. It's a gift. It's like court vision.
What?
Like court vision? Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, cause it's like body chess. If that's a better, it is. It is right. Jersey. You know, it's like body chess.
Okay.
So now,
I just love how you put it. Like of all the ways to phrase it, you find the way that sounds the most like you would say it.
Yep. I'm glad you said that, Jersey. That makes so much sense.
Yeah, like.
All right, okay. So I guess that means real quick, but before we go and all finish all this, Marlon Vera versus Corey Sandhagen. Who you got?
I think
That's
gonna be a
hard.
good fight.
That's really hard.
It really is.
I'm gonna take Sandhagen though.
Because you're going with the short shot.
I'm gonna go with.
No, I think like Sandhagen's fought higher level competition. Like I don't recall Chito Vera fighting anyone on Dillashaw's level, even though Dillashaw was kind of actually he just came back, so he was like fully healed up. So just going on that
and not on that shit. So he had a whole different version of Dillashaw, and it's questionable if he won that shit.
Yeah, I think he won that one. I don't think it should have went to Dillashaw, but I'm going with Marlon Vera on this one because Sandhagen already got beat by Aljamain Sterling, so it's a fresh face. And Marlon Vera, he just knocked out Dominic Cruz, so that's a good way to go into that. So if Marlon Vera win this, it's better because he hasn't fought Aljamain or Henry Cejudo. Oh, God, I hope Henry Cejudo did not win. I'm very nervous about that fight. But
Cejudo a dog.
He is a dog, and I'm really nervous. I know that's the scary part. That's the scary part.
But what I love about UFC and how it grows and how every time that we see a new fight, we get new pictures, is that like this whole thing of like just not letting these wrestlers connect their hands is about to be a thing. Just like how like the knee bar is coming up, like because people are seeing how available and how much access they have to the knee bar all the time. I think the same thing is about to happen so people can start weeding out these wrestlers, is really not letting them connect their hands, because that really made a difference in the championship fight that everybody was watching.
Yeah.
So I'd say yes, but also everybody can't do that shit. And then even with that, then you got wrestlers like John Jones, who he won't necessarily go for a double. If you watch what he does to people on the cage, he will grab your hands. He'll get a 2-on-1 on your hands, and he'll control your wrist, and then he'll look for an elbow, or then he'll go in for the shot, and then he'll pull you off the cage. So like, I think this will definitely weed out the wrestlers that aren't paying attention. But I think the ones that are, they're just going to adapt, because if someone's controlling your wrist, cool, let go, get a strike. You know, like imagine trying to control, like when Justin Gaethje takes his next shot, like 20 years from now, imagine somebody trying to grab his wrist and him not coming up with a flying something. But also, to your point, I'm forgetful and kind of an asshole for this. Marlon Vera fought Aldo and Rob Font and Dominic Cruz. And I shouldn't put Rob Font up there with Dominic Cruz and Aldo, but like the level of competition is solid. And I'm not going to count Frankie Edgar because I love him too much, and I'm going to pretend he never gets hurt.
What?
I'm from Jersey. I know he took that L. He took a really bad L, but I'm biased. So I'm just not going to talk about it. Y'all can talk about it. I'm going to just stare at my ceiling.
I think this one's going to be a good fight either way. But Corey Sandhagen, he will need to come out with the elbows sooner than later. Rather than wait until the third round, he's going to have to come out with those elbows sooner. Marlon, he's going to have to get a quicker start. Because to wait for Sandhagen to make a mistake or see what's open, he could lose a lot of rounds and not necessarily get the knockout for that one. So it depends how they come out, but either way, this is going to be a great fight.
Oh, absolutely. I think Vera, in my opinion, Vera is a bit more measured than Sandhagen is, because Sandhagen, it seems like he looks for a home run whenever he can find one.
The flying knees.
Yeah, like if he can find a flying something or like a big shot, he's like he's smart about it, but he looks for big shots. So if he can get the big shot, damn. But Marlon Vera is just smart, so I think it'll be fireworks.
See, but I think they're the same way in that regard. Like, I think they both will wait for that big shot, just like with the Dominic Cruz fight. Like he was almost on his way to lose that fight until he finished him. So Corey Sandhagen damn near does the same thing. And you still got it. What's living rent free in my head is like how you saying Marlon Vera didn't face Aljamain.
No, that's why I said I was wrong. I went and looked, and I was like, I'm full of shit.
I'm talking about B. When you said that Corey Sandhagen got beat by Aljamain. Marlon Vera does not. I'm sure he does not plan on taking Corey Sandhagen to the ground.
No, and I understand that, but like what I'm saying is it'll be a new face. It'll be a new opponent. He's already beat Sandhagen. That's what I'm saying. So to have them go back up for the championship mount when he wasn't champion at the time, that doesn't matter. So that's what I'm saying. It'll be better for me, in my opinion, if Marlon won to be able to get that chance to go up against
I see what
him.
you're saying now.
Yeah, but do I think it's gonna go that way? I don't know. It depends which one, like how they show up, because you don't really know till they actually show up. They can talk all they want, but that don't mean necessarily their game plan is gonna go that way.
Yeah, I think Corey Sandhagen is more measured when it comes to just overall 5 rounds. A little bit more than Marlon Vera, because Marlon Vera, to me, I think he more so looks for that last strike or looks for that home run. Corey Sandhagen seems like, as he's been fighting this high level, it's like he's definitely been gaining experience and gaining new tools. So I think Marlon Vera, his best opportunity would be to, take him down, because he has awesome ground and pound. He knows how to keep people in mount and really like get a finish. That's one thing. Like Corey Sandhagen, he could, get on top of you, but it might not be a finish every time.
No, I was just gonna say I got Corey Sandhagen because I think if either of them had to fight Dvalishvili, Sandhagen would have a better shot. I think they're both gonna get melted if they fight Dvalishvili, but like if I'm being honest, but I think like a flying knee from Sandhagen is more likely to do something than like something from Vera. But that's me being
that front kick, that fucking
the front kick is solid. You know what? Yeah, he could probably throw that out a lot because Dvalishvili shoots every 3.5 seconds. So,
or that knee, like the whole thing about Marlon Vera is that like he's dangerous. Like that's just natural. That's just naturally how he is. But for me, Corey Sandhagen, he has to tell himself and remind himself to be dangerous. Other than that, he's trying to maintain the distance and be defensive. I want to see the speed difference. I love how I'm surprised that like how I think somebody's faster than somebody till they both get in there together. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. I don't think Sandhagen has to be as fast. I think the reason why he keeps distance is because his biggest shots happen when people run into them. So he wants you to be far enough away that he can time you on the way in.
Facts.
Like when you watch a lot of his biggest stuff that happens, he's backing up on an angle, and then someone car crash. Like that's like that's how he does people.
That makes sense.
So I don't think he ever needs to be the fastest
like
guy.
Frankie
Edgar. Be the smart guy. Yeah,
that was the same exact situation. Nah, he studied Frankie. He studied Frankie with that one, bro. He studied Frankie with that one.
100%.
Like, we're seeing a whole new element. Like people are studying fighters. Like, they've always studied fighters, but now it's a whole different way that people are studying fighters. They get all these looks. They could look at it on YouTube, Instagram. They could just be chilling, sitting on the toilet and studying their opponent. They don't got to sit down at a one of those things that go when you watching the film. You could be watching.
You over here with are you pantomiming an abacus, bro?
You know what I'm saying?
You moving beans?
No, you know the little thing where you put the film on and they start rolling, and it's like,
okay.
That's because
I ain't playing Taboo with Jersey. Fuck that, Jersey. Fucking overthink. Nah, I'm good. I got my Taboo partner. I'm like, what the dog eat? She be like, carrots. I'm like, all right, good. Got a point. See, well, our context is too.
I don't know about that, but that's because people are creatures of habit. And that's why I said, if you're not introducing something new each time you fight, then you're going to get figured out very fast. It's important to continue to make yourself well-rounded and improve your craft. That's why if you're adding something different every time, it's hard to keep up with you, because every time you come out and fight, you have something new to display.
I agree with that. And for better or worse, I think that's kind of what makes John Jones John Jones. Like I think he just has maybe like the highest fight IQ, and it's maybe the most frustrating thing to see ever, because it's just like it's like if he had a tenth of that IQ outside the cage, like everybody, like he'd be everybody's favorite fighter. I feel like
I can agree with that, and I always appreciate John Jones for his elbow use and how creative he get with the elbows and the kicks. It's phenomenal. Like him as a fighter, it's just phenomenal to watch. But him as a person, that's something different. But he's a great fighter. They always got something
All the
wrong with
greats
them
got
every
something.
time.
All the greats.
Why though? Why?
It's like you talking about like Mike Tyson, you talking about Floyd Mayweather, you talking about like Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, everybody who is the talking about a great
him in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he was everybody's dad before the black sitcom dad. Even we was fully on the fence about Good Times Dad. We was kind of like that about him. But when Bill Cosby came around, it was like absolutely. But we ain't know what he was on. So that's what I'm saying. All the greats, that's what I'm saying. The greats, the people who have the highest regards of respect, we always find out that it's something that's just they got their demon. Everybody be having their demon.
Yeah, I think you just gotta be like something about you gotta be out of balance for you to put that much of yourself into one thing to get that good. Like some area of your life is probably getting neglected, or like there's some gear that isn't turning that lets you spend all that extra energy in that thing, and it's crazy.
Yeah, so if somebody's really good at something, just like what you be on?
What are you bad
at? No, what are you bad at or really good at? Motherfuckers be good at fucking skinning stuff.
All right.
Hey yo.
Yeah.
I said skinning stuff. I said skin. I ain't say nothing specific. I'm talking about a catfish. We talking about a catfish.
Yeah, let's keep this in the context of the kitchen then. But yeah, so creative striking. Creative striking. Yeah. That threw me all the way off, bro. That's what I get. I did that to myself.
Yeah, because but I'm saying all the greats that have something, and John Jones is, he's one of the greats. I don't say it's nothing crazy like that, but he just like having a drink. That's it, like having a drink or two.
I had a friend that he was like, yo, if John Jones just took Ubers, half his problems wouldn't happen.
But if you the GOAT and you already drunk and you got a car and somebody say, no, man, don't drive, who the fuck is going to?
Yeah, that's the problem.
But now he got big dudes. He got big dudes around him that could just put him in the chokehold.
He changed the people he was hanging around. So I think that contributes to it as well, because you are who you surround yourself with, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. And hopefully it's just like age is getting up there. We're just like, I'm good. Those times was fun, but like now it's just time to just lock in. And I think
fun.
That's what I'm sure he was having the time of his fucking life. The only thing that stopped him from that being the time of his life was the police. The law, absolutely. I said the police. You said
civil
law,
society,
same
civil,
thing.
Like
laws of the land.
Society.
The laws of the land. If somebody is that creative in the octagon, you can only imagine how creative he is outside when it comes to him trying to do whatever he wants to do. Like, I get it, but I don't get it, but I get it. John Jones the GOAT. And we got in this motherfucking show.
Yeah.
but hey, Jersey, I appreciate you dropping in and giving us your take. I always appreciate that because it comes from a place of knowledge, and I respect your knowledge. I respect you as a person. I appreciate you dropping in with us. If y'all don't know, Jersey is a jiu-jitsu, MMA, judo, wrestling prodigy.
I'm some guy in a hoodie.
He's the beast, and he's the T-Mac on the mats. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. One of the greatest that ain't never get a ring. One of the greatest they ain't never get a motherfucking ring. We got him on here live, so we appreciate you dropping in. And
I
if
appreciate y'all too.
That's what we here for, bro.
Oh
That's what we here for, bro. But if y'all want to catch the episode, make sure y'all tune in with us on Apple, Spotify, Google, anywhere you can hear podcasts. We're there. Any streaming platform. Fuck with us on Twitter, Instagram, social media. We talk shit on there. Fuck with us. We there. And that's the RoundHouse RoundTable. It was me and Marty T, B, and Jersey. And we out of here. All right. So I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Oh, the shit I didn't talk about. Basically what I'm doing is I'm building this thing because I have to make a project, and it pulls all the info from ESPN stats. So then you can say, like, I want to look at this fighter, and it'll pull up like what their stats are and what the trends for the stats are. Like, do they do better over time, or are they on the decline? And then you can compare it to whoever their opponent is.
Oh, like that AI program that you was talking about?
Kind of, yeah. I'm using that to put it together. So it's just like that way you can get a quick you can get a snapshot look at who's fighting. Like, all right, this dude's fighting this dude, or this woman's fighting this woman. How do they match up for different stats? You know what I mean? And then you can kind of like, okay, and have an idea of where it's going. Basically, I'm tired of losing money on
and it calculates it. Like you said, it like kind of calculates it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for, like at the tail end. So I'm just pulling the data now, and then I'll start messing with it to figure out if I can actually predict what's gonna happen, which would be fire. Because I'm down like $5, and I don't like that shit. I'm cheap as hell, bro.
No, I get it. I hate losing money.
Motherfucker don't like losing.
Yeah, no, I don't. I really don't.
Because this nigga that loses $5, he might have make a whole program.
Oh yeah.
You're like, fuck this losing shit, never again.
That's really what it is, though. And it made me mad because my boy does fantasy sports, and he's just like, yo, copy my lineup. And I was just like, I will fucking never. I got too much pride, right? And then he wins money and I don't. So I'm just like, yeah, no, we're running this back. We're running this back.
Bro, betting, bro. Sports betting is different, bro. That's a whole different thing. Like,
it is.
I be feeling like the motherfuckers in Vegas that be at the slot machines with their cigarette. That's how I be feeling whenever I be doing sports betting, because it's like they there because they like that's their thing. But I don't feel like sports betting is my thing. But when I'm betting, it's just like I'd be knowing it. I'd be knowing.
Yeah.
I'd be knowing.
Yeah, my problem is like I know, but I can't pick a lineup because it's like doing a parlay. Like you got to get a bunch of people right, and I'll do some shit like I'll pick a fire ass lineup, and then pick Roman Delize and he lays an egg, or
Lerone Murphy and he get a fucking draw. Oh no, not Lerone Murphy, but Ja Herbert and he get a fucking draw.
I had Yen last weekend. Yeah, bro. Like I'm too mad to get his name right.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect that one either. That's why I wouldn't bet on that one like that.
He puts up numbers. Every fight he puts up numbers. He starts off slow, he figures you out, and then he picks you apart. And then I pick him for the fight where he gets completely shut down. Completely shut down. And I was just sitting there staring at my screen the morning after.
Bro, B has this theory that like fighters who we love and they still fighting, they have that one specific specialty that they always want to talk about, and they might have a little bit of durability. Those ones are being phased out. They being like slowly phased out by somebody like, who the fuck is that? And he's just a little bit more well-rounded. Like Leon Edwards just has a little bit better boxing, not a little bit better boxing. The striking levels was clearly fucking different. Like I don't know what it is. Kamaru remind me of one of those big niggas that just can't dance. You know, like that's what he remind me like because you know boxing is a little like sometimes you gotta rhythm. You gotta move, but Kamaru's so like
them knees are fucked up. That's
so
why
hard
he
to
can't
like
move.
Bro, imagine bouncing with no ACLs.
Like, that's what
imagine
I'm
bouncing with no cushion in your knees.
He don't have that. He can't even run. Like Kamaru days are they're being counted because people are gonna attack the fuck out of them knees. They just saw how it was done, and they gonna do the exact same thing or worse. They gonna hit them with the oblique kicks and fuck that shit up for real. That's what I'm saying. Like he had that one specialty, wrestling, and then knockout power. But if you can shut down the wrestling and have him constantly thinking about a head kick or something that can knock his ass out, then you shut all of it down.
Well, he just had to shut down the wrestling, and nobody was able to ever shut down the wrestling, which is why the striking was getting exposed. Because to me, like I feel like Kobe Covington was giving him hands like better than his hands were working. Like I think Kobe Covington has better hands than Kamaru Usman, but at the same time, I think Kamaru Usman really was standing behind that jab, and Kobe Covington couldn't really do nothing about that, you know, besides walk into it because he was a pressure fighter too.
That's what I was gonna say. Kobe Covington needs to dart in, and he's darting in on somebody that likes to throw straight punches. Cool. Take a pool cue to the face for 25 minutes. Like that was the game he decided to play. So you don't gotta be like, and they're both wrestlers. So so that was a perfect matchup for Usman. But yeah, his knees basically like what is it, like shock absorption? My boy has like none left apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Monty, I love how you know that, and you're just like, yo, he has to bounce around, and I'm just like, how?
No, but what I'm saying is like it's not the bouncy, it's the shoulder aspect, it's the movement. Like his head movement is like this. Like instead of like, you know, like shifting, he's like tilting. Like that's how he got caught with the head kick because he's so stiff up here. I'm not saying it's like the knees.
His knees are fucked. That's why. He's old. It's over.
Well, I mean, like, damn, don't do that. Because them motherfuckers in the top 15 will have a motherfucking time.
With them knees, they gonna kick at them knees just like Leon Edwards did. That was the first thing he came out with.
The calming voices.
How do you deal with him?
The calming voices of Jersey.
I can just hang up.
I ignore a lot of it. You know, bruh, to be honest.
That's wisdom.
She ignored a lot of it. Yeah. Me too, Jersey.
I mean, me too. I just be ignoring FaceTime.
Wow. See? Oh, and it's recorded. It's hot. It's hot. It's recorded. It's hot. It's too. Yeah. All right. Bet. No. Yeah.
That's fucked up, Drew.
All right, y'all.
That's why he act like that, because your calmness is you're ignoring it. That's why.
No, he be facilitating the bullshit too. Like when back in the day, Jersey, who used to be out, Jersey? Everybody used to just fall off, but by the end of the night, it was just us on scavenger hunts.
For what?
Yep, on that note.
What were you scavenging? What was you scavenging for?
Yeah, nah, I'm not about to be in there. I'm
scavengers.
I'll see y'all. Thank you. Be well.
And thank you. Be well.
Be well.
Let me say something very inspirational.
Like, what say?
Namaste.
Namaste. Out of here.
That's why I use the heat as a sword. Cause keeping the peace is important. They go keys for you. Say please. That's one, please. Don't need. No one, that's two, please. Don't leave. That's 3, 4. If you do.